How were you approached for the role of Taj?
Siddharth Anand is making a film and Marflix is kind of producing their first film.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Do you remember your first day of shoot?
Yeah, I do. I remember my first day of shoot because I hadn't slept for five months. My baby girl was just born. She was 5 days old when I left.
The film's journey and her 1 year is also connected,
Yeah.
that it gets it even more closer.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's
Wha-
like
what a great connection.
And the way, if you knew like her story, even though she's like 14 months old, she was born with like 2 holes in her heart, and we had to go through like an open heart surgery. She had to go through, and so when Mamta first heard about it, she's a fighter.
The first time you and Hrithik come together on screen is
Yeah.
where you all start doing the push-ups.
There was a way that he was doing push-ups, and there was a way that I was doing push-ups, and they preferred his way, so they said that's the right way. So we did that. We timed it, and I think it was took about 3 takes maybe.
What was
So-
Bipasha's take on this when she heard that you had to immediately head for a shoot?
She said, "Don't even think about it. Just get out, go."
Can we see you and Bipasha in a film sooner?
No, she doesn't want to work with me. So
Karan,
she's
how
like,
is it at home with 2 actors together, like as husband-wife?
Who?
as
Bipasha and Devi?
partners?
Yeah. They're both very good actors.
We're
both of them.
waiting for her to be the biggest actor.
No,
in the
she
movie.
already is, man. She's like 14 months old and she acts so much. She's a full nautanki, like full on. Hi, this is Karan Singh Grover and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.
Hi guys, welcome to Bollywood Hungama. My name is Urmin. आज हमारे साथ एक ऐसे शख्स मौजूद है जिनकी हाल ही में फिल्म फाइटर में उनको देखकर आपको यकीन नहीं होगा that he is the man who has had a beautiful career. Years ago हमें बहुत सारी मस्ती इन्होंने on television दी, but he's still the same. We loved him in Fighter. Please welcome Karan Singh Grover.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
How
Thank
are you doing, Karan?
I'm good. How
You
are you?
look the same in 2004. कितनी मस्त है जिंदगी.
2004, yeah.
2004.
Yeah.
My God, we're talking about 20 years.
But no, I don't look the same. I look so much better now.
You do.
2004 was, yeah.
Are you like
Yeah.
reminiscing?
Yeah, I was different. I'm a better version, I believe now.
But congratulations.
Thank you.
Fighter is doing well. Fighter is a blockbuster hit. Most importantly, आपका जो किरदार है वो इतना पसंद किया है लोगों ने. It was funny. It was so relatable. There was everything in the film with you in terms of you. So tell us the entire process, the journey of the film. How were you approached for the role of Taj?
Mamta, Marflix, Mamta, she called me and she said that there's a project that we're doing, our first project, and there's a role in it, which is really special for us. So, will you? I was like, yeah. So, before she could finish the sentence, I was like, yeah, what time, when, where's the shoot, I'm coming. So, she's like, no, listen to the story, at least listen to the role. I was like, no need, I'm on. So from that day, since the time we went and I spoke to Sid and Sid explained what the role was.
So you had no idea who was the casting members or who was the director. You just said yes to the...
Yeah, I mean, Siddharth Anand is making a film and Marflix is kind of producing their first film.
Yeah.
That's enough to say yes. I was ready to say yes when she called me. I was like, yes. But you know, you have to wait for them to ask at least. I'll be like, hey, kya kar raha hai? Kuch nahi. Yes.
What if she was calling to ask, can I have Bipasha's number?
No, I know her through Bipasha, so.
Oh, great.
So it's like that would not happen. Yeah. Now she calls only for Devi though, but still, that's strange.
Nice. So you get on board.
Yeah.
जब आपने कहानी सुनी, what was going on through your mind? Were you informed that you've been approached for the role of Taj, or
Yes,
was there any
yes.
other option?
No. I think by that time, Bash was already casted. Akshay was already casted for the film.
Okay.
And they told me the rest of the casting when I met them. So then they explained what Taj's character was. Then I got the script. And they had a narration. I read the script and it was...
Karan, as an actor, what was your backstory for Taj? Did you have something in your mind when you were portraying a character like him?
I have a process whenever I play a character.
Okay.
I learned it at one of like a seminars for writers.
All right.
So break it down into like a character diamond. So more than 4 points in a diamond is a good character. So that is my process. But for this, Sid actually told me to just come fresh and not bring anything with me. And also the character is he's very clear. Basically, how would you be if you had no care, no worries in the world? Like, how'd that be? And you're an Air Force pilot. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Very well done, I must say.
Thank you.
There seemed to be a lot of fun on the sets. Do you remember your first day of shoot?
Yeah, I do. I remember my first day of shoot because I hadn't slept for five months. My baby girl was just born. She was 5 days old when I left. It was, I think, for me to get into, and plus we were at the Tezpur Air Base, to see Sukhois like right next to you, and you can hear them flying, and that sound actually stays in your soul.
Yeah.
It's that strong. So first day was it was a lot of fun. I remember we had a 3:45 a.m. call time because sun would be out by 4.
Okay.
And we'd pack up by 4 in the evening because sun would go off. I mean, it would be night time. So first day was amazing. It was like I think because of the lack of sleep and the excitement that I had for the film, it felt like an out-of-body experience where I could see myself doing what I'm doing. But then that would mean that I'm seeing myself so much that I keep forgetting my dialogues. So I have to come back in and say my dialogues and then go out again and see myself, whatever. It's strange when I say stuff like that normally. People look at me like, hey, iska kuch problem hai. But that's why I am.
The first scene is when you and Akshay Oberoi are together, and then you look at Deepika Padukone and you're like completely mesmerized.
Yeah.
Real life में भी ऐसा हुआ था? Were you intimidated by anyone on the sets?
Intimidated? No, not really. No, I don't get intimidated.
How
Only
was
at
it?
home.
How was it working with
Bipasha,
Deepika?
that's it.
With Deepika.
Yeah.
You're intimidated with Bipasha.
I mean, she has her eyes.
Of course, the
So,
famous
yeah.
eyes.
Yeah. I mean, intimidated, no, it's like more like you can't, she's not a person you can mess with. So, yeah.
More on that, but tell us about, how was it
The film,
working
yeah.
with Hrithik
Sorry.
Roshan and Deepika and Anil Kapoor?
It was great. It's like they're so, such amazing, humble, down-to-earth people with so much body of work behind them and years and decades of work and experience and layers. And like if you just stay at one place and just look at or observe Anil sir or Hrithik or Deepika also for that matter, if you just observe them, there's so much that you learn. Yeah. Plus, Sid is there, and when you watch him work, you'll never be able to guess how much of a tornado of a talent he is, because he's like just jumping all over the place and just calling the shots, and you're like, hey, it's cool, it's nice, it's fresh to see someone like that.
The first time you and Hrithik come together on screen is where you all start doing the push-ups. How long how many takes did that take? And was there something that you planned before? Were you thinking about how you want the push-ups to be, or were you practicing it for longer than usual?
So I'll tell you one more thing about the film. Now, it again relates to Bipasha. She's a Capricorn. So I'm used to Capricorns as people. They're like the perfect people. And in my film, there's Hrithik, who's a Capricorn, Anil sir, who's a Capricorn, Deepika, who's a Capricorn, and Akshay, all Capricorns. So
I'm
all
also
perfect
a
people.
Capricorn.
You're also Capricorn. Yeah, see, when's your birthday?
31st December.
That's like, just went, oh, Happy New Year and Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So you know how it is about perfection.
Right.
Right? So for me, since I'm who I am, I'm a Piscean, I don't know anything like perfection or walking in a straight line or rehearsal or anything like that. So, so for me, everything is like, hey, let's do this. Okay, on the go, whatever happens, we just go with the flow and make the flow or whatever it is. So I think the credit for our scenes together goes to Hrithik, because he kind of, before we shot the first day, at the evening before that, I was asked to come to his room so that we can rehearse. So it's like he's a little formal when you first meet him, and I'm somebody who hugs people, like really, because that's how I am. And we met and I hugged him, and then I didn't let go for about more than a minute. So he was like, for about 40 seconds, and then he was like, okay, this feels fine. So I think that kind of broke the ice. And then he kind of, somehow you understand people when you hug them, you know, long enough to understand that you're hugging somebody and you're feeling their energy. So then we started rehearsing. Then he told me what his background in the film was, and what he had thought, and what was kind of etched out in a way that he had thought. So that kind of made it much easier. So once you have that connection, then everything else is like a piece of cake.
Did you all rehearse the push-ups?
Yeah, we did, because there was the Air Force people with us, obviously, on the set. So there was a way that he was doing push-ups, and there was a way that I was doing push-ups, and they preferred his way. So they said that's the right way. So we did that. We timed it, and I think it was about 3 takes maybe.
आमतौर पर आप कितने पुशअप्स मार सकते हैं नॉन स्टॉप?
I reached 100. That was a long time back.
Did you and Hrithik work out also? Were you all like off the sets or the during off shoots? Were you all working out together?
No.
Because you are also
like Capricorns, very particular about timing. So they used to go and work out at a different time.
Right from the beginning,
Yeah.
I've been telling you this. I'm sure that all your fans also must have mentioned that you looked so natural. It felt like you were having a fun time with everyone on the sets, and you also had the most funniest dialogues.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like how's the gosh? तो ये बताए that how much of the entire energy allowed you to improvise on sets?
Sid kind of lets you be. You know,
Okay.
he lets you be free, and if he likes what you do, then then you can just continue if he likes it. There's some scenes that we improvise and we did in a different way.
Okay.
And there's this same scene where where Hrithik meets Sanjida, and they obviously know each other for a long time, and so everyone leaves and they start talking, and I'm just walking behind them. So Sid kept saying, "Arey yaar, include him. I mean, it's looking like." I was like, "Yeah, I'm just like feeling like a very weird person, just following them. Like I have nobody with me." So then we improvised the whole thing where somebody said, "Khana ready," and me and Akshay we just like ran away. We're like, "Yeah, okay, fine, that works." So energy-wise, I think if you match the energy and he's okay with the kind of humor that you have, then it's fine. It's not there is no limitations to anything.
Do you think you can say please like Hrithik Roshan can?
No. Nobody can say. I tried. Trust me. I've been trying his
What is
smile
your,
from
आपका try
his film War also for a very long time. That one now that he walks when he...
Show us your take on please, if you have to say please.
No, I'm not going to say. My take on please is please. Don't ask me, please. It's not something that anybody except for Hrithik should do. He does it so well.
Such wonderful casting, such great actors together on the set. Who did you bond the most with?
Akshay. He's like, we've been called lovers now by our wives. So, bromance is like romance now. So he's like, I don't know, this is the first time I worked with him.
Okay.
And the first time I met him at the airport, was at the airport in the lounge, and I was like, "Hey man, you have such pretty eyes." And he's like, "Hey, you're pretty too." I was like, "Wow, I love you. It was like that. So it's like,
in this interview, we are understanding, Karan, that you hug for longer times.
Yeah.
You immediately can look at a guy's eyes and...
Not any guy's eyes.
Any guy's eyes.
Akshay's eyes are beautiful.
Akshay's eyes are beautiful.
Okay, basically what she's trying to say is that I'm
You are-
very in touch with my human self.
Yes, of
and
course.
also, I appreciate beauty whenever it's
That
there.
was my line. You
Yeah.
appreciate beauty, which is so important.
Yes.
We are going to meet Akshay, by the way, just
yeah?
immediately after this interview.
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
heading for an Akshay interview.
Oh,
I'm definitely
awesome.
going to convey your regards to him.
Yeah, tell him. He knows I love him. I think he's due. I don't think I've kissed any guy more. I'm not kissed like kissed.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think it was also because you all had maximum scenes together. So probably.
It had nothing to do with that.
Okay.
This whole thing that started was, we just met and it happened. So I think maybe it was a
But
past
since
life
we
thing.
are speaking about the scenes of you all together,
Yeah.
for people who have watched it, let me just put like this question around so that everyone who haven't watched it yet also might want to go and watch it.
Might
Might
please watch
nahi,
it.
will be watching
What are you
it.
doing
Sorry,
if you've not
sad.
watched it? Are you not patriotic? Huh? This kind of helps. Do you not love your country? Watch the film.
Promo मिल गया हमको. Thank you so much.
Come on.
Tell us about the action sequences क्योंकि कुछ sequences देखकर वाकई में लग रहा था that you were getting hit badly. So as an actor, can you take us through how does one work when there are action sequences and when someone's trying to hit you so close, and how do you react? How does it all work?
Normally, it's actually trying to get into exactly what is happening. The pain then kind of follows. They don't really hit you, obviously.
Yeah.
But then you understand the scenario where you've been captured, you're a prisoner of war, and you know enough in life about what could happen to prisoners of war and what it actually means to be a soldier from another country, caught in another country, who you were probably at war with or fighting with. So there's nothing held back in the sense when it's related to torture. So once you get that, plus the whole get up and how they present us with our hair and makeup and bruises and dirt and all that stuff, just kind of be there, try and understand. Obviously, you'll never be able to understand exactly what kind of pain they go through.
Yeah.
Because that'll be incomprehensible for us, but try as much as we can to be there.
Yeah.
Plus, there's also years of practice. Not getting beaten up, but acting.
Yeah.
That way.
The film required aerial shots to look like the way they looked. I watched it in the 3D and
So,
everything looked just like we were part of you guys fighting the war and stuff like that. But tell us, how was it? How was the experience for you? How much of CG and how much did you actually get to see the fighter jets?
See, like I told you, our first schedule was at the Tezpur Air Base. So we were actually sitting in the Sukhois.
Yeah.
$800 million machines. They're like, it's a different thing to be sitting in a Sukhoi. It's amazing. And there's so many things you're not supposed to do. Because if you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. Keep your arms inside or they'll get cut off and stuff like that. Lots of stuff. We didn't actually fly it, obviously.
Yeah.
Because we can't. I mean, it's not allowed. Not like we can, though.
Yeah.
For us, honestly, when I watched the film, when I saw the whole thing happening, it was like, whoa. I was like, this is what we did. I mean, for us, experience it through as actors would be like only like 10% of what it was. Everything else was Siddharth's brain and the VFX and everything around, and the sound. So we had simulators that we sat in a studio which was full of chroma, humongous sets. So wherever you see us, like a close of us, that's obviously us, and we're actually in the aircraft.
Yeah.
And we're actually being moved because the simulator kind of gets moved in whichever way you need it to move because of the camera angles. So there was one part of it when we're going down, people who have not watched the film, I'm not saying anything, but there was a part where it's nose down, the aircraft. and we were actually like that. So
Oh.
yeah, so we were
So you
harnessed.
could feel the gravity.
Oh yeah. Me more because Akshay was still there, and
Yeah.
he wouldn't fall. I mean, he'd fall on me, maximum, but he wouldn't fall. But,
Yeah.
So it was like the camera's here, and I'm actually like that, like nose down in the aircraft. So that was.
That and then to watch the entire
And-
product come to.
And yeah, and you're there. You're not there for a couple of seconds.
Right,
You're there
right,
for
right.
like the day, because you know.
Karan, do you remember a favorite scene or a shot that you remember right now and it's memorable for you for a reason? If you could share with us.
My most memorable part of the whole film, unfortunately we haven't used that shot
Oh.
in the film, but that is because of how the film is. It's got nothing to do with what Karan ka most favorite scene kaunsa hai. So there's a reason for it, because not everybody in life gets to do that. So we're all doing a training. Hiraswani, the song. So there was a bit in it where we're all jogging, doing a run in the morning, and we're all in our sports gear and whatever, and we're running, and we're about maybe 30 feet away from a Sukhoi
Okay.
that is taking off.
Oh.
So we're running, and the Sukhoi is taking off, like right next to us, and I can't explain the feeling that you don't understand. If you've not seen like a Sukhoi or a close by or experience what it feels like when it takes off, then you won't understand. But that's like the moment I was like, hey, I get paid to do this, man. That's awesome. It's like that was something that will never leave me. Like to be running next to a Sukhoi that's taking off. Oh. That's
So,
full.
when did you start training your body for fighter?
In my head, it started from the day Mamta called me.
Okay.
But because we were pregnant and it took a little longer. I think from like 4 or 5 months before the film started. Yeah.
And you mentioned that, on the 5th day of Devi being born,
Yeah.
you had to start heading for your shoots. How was it for you as a father?
It was, as a father, as a husband, it was because I was with her, with Bipasha every day
Yeah.
of the pregnancy, each and every day. Not even one day I was away from her. So, and hats off and full respect to women and everything that they are and they do, because it's not easy, man. Firstly, the whole wonder of making a human being
Yeah.
inside you is just, I don't know why people don't talk about it more. Like like somebody made me in the stomach and I'm just walking around.
Yeah.
It's like so amazing to think of only. So I don't know if everyone thinks like that, then we should always be only talking about just that. Because nothing is more.
Greatest invention ever.
No, there's nothing more awesome than the whole hair is like, I'm not using my hands, nothing. This baby is going to be like it's a dot right now. Then it'll have hands and ears and legs and come out of me and start walking. I was like, wow, shit, that's amazing. So for me as a father, which I was like only 5 days is not really much, but I was there when she came out.
Yeah.
There, and I saw the doctors take her out. So that was weird also. Let's not talk about that. But it was very difficult. It was very difficult to go. The only reason I think I went was because it's fighter. So Mamta was like, you had your baby and now it's time for my baby. I was like, this is all our baby, we're a collective.
What was
So-
Bipasha's take on this when she heard that you had to immediately head for a shoot?
She said, don't even think about it, just get out, go. Like, this is the best film ever, so don't think about anything. I was like, but dude, I was like, bye-bye.
That takes a lot of courage.
Yeah,
I'm
and it
sure
was
it
a
must have
cesarean,
been.
so it's not like something that you recover from easily. We just, before the birth, we actually practiced everything because you know how the stitches could open at any time and you're supposed to get up in a particular way. So we saw a lot of videos, Capricorn. So you know, they need to know everything about what they have. So everything about everything.
Everything about everything.
Yeah. So we practiced and all, but then I think she was so enamored by her own creation that she just didn't think about anything else.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because first, and I remember the seventh day, that thing in the belly button, the umbilical cord that fell off on the seventh day.
Okay.
And I was there. I was like, hey, shit, missed it. But I ran next to Sukhoi, so that's good.
She also appreciated the film. There was an Instagram post that Bipasha had put up, mentioning how much she really enjoyed the film. Is she your greatest supporter? And is she also, does she also tell you the truth every time you work on a project?
She is my greatest supporter. She's my most favorite person in the world. She's my everything. So it's like, I think I live because she is there. So for me to actually sit down and watch it with her was like, that's the only way I ever want to watch anything.
Aww.
Like with her sitting next to me. And she loved the film so much, and she has no filters. And I'm a very sensitive person.
Okay.
Like very, like I feel a lot, even though it doesn't look like that so much. But so she is her honesty is brutal.
Oh.
Yeah, like if I knew that somebody in front of me is sensitive, I'd not say it the way she says it. But she says it like the way it's supposed to be. And you need that one person in your life who tells you the truth.
Right.
The way it's supposed to be, whether it hurts, you feel bad, you want to cry, break your head, whatever you want to do. But you need that one person. Everyone should have that. You are probably that one person in somebody else's life because you're a Capricorn. You don't have any.
I'm also a very sensitive person.
But you don't. If somebody would ask you the truth about something, you would tell them without any. You won't hold back, right?
It depends on who that person is. I'll have to sugarcoat it a lot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't have that. Oh, I think God missed that call. They're like, no, you're just you have to. She didn't get that sugarcoat thing.
But
So
Karan,
she's
how
like,
is it at home with two actors together, like as husband wife?
Who?
as
Bipasha and Devi?
partners?
Yeah. They're both very good actors.
We're
Both of them.
waiting for her to be the biggest actor.
No, she already is, man. She's like 14 months old and she acts so much. She's a full nautanki, like full on.
Have you thought about the first project you want her to see of yours when she grows to a certain age where she can watch TV?
Dude, so that'll be some time where she can watch TV because screens are not allowed for
Yeah,
a long
exactly.
time with the mother at home. It's never going to happen till she says. So that's going to take a long time. But the feeling that your daughter likes the song of your film and she wants to hear it all the time. So there was a song, an English song that she used to really like listening to, and it starts with okay, and now her whole thing is ta ta ta. I was like, what? All the time.
Lovely.
Like, Devi, what do you want to listen to? Ta ta ta. I was like, what? I was like, God, thank you, man. It's I don't know. I guess when she grows up, the first thing I'd wanted to see is Fighter because it's so related closely to. When she was born, it was not very easy time for us. So that and then going away for Fighter and coming back, and then we kind of almost finished the film around her birthday, which was almost 1 year later. So us working for the film for a year and she turning 1 year was very close by. So it's probably that'll be the first film.
So the film's journey and her 1 year is also connected, that it gets it even more closer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
what a great connection.
And the way, if you knew like her story, even though she's like 14 months old, she was born with like 2 holes in her heart, and we had to go through like an open heart surgery. She had to go through, and so when Mamta first heard about it, she's like, she's a fighter. I was like, dude, she is like the smallest, littlest fighter that we have, and she was the first one. So she's like the fighter, and her being a fighter kind of merged together. So
Well, hats off to you both as parents, and we should speak about this because there are so many parents that go through such sensitive issues, when during pregnancy. How were you guys holding each other's hand, and how were you all supporting each other?
well, we didn't really know till the third day of her birth. So that's it's. I would just say that it's to be a parent kind of requires some another strength and to respect to all parents, man. And I think it was a very, very difficult situation. So let's not get into that.
Sure.
We're
Okay,
talking-
but do you want to tell us what is this one quality of yours you definitely want Devi to have, and one quality you don't want her to have?
Bipasha's her mom, so she has like the best qualities of everything. She's like the best kind of person, so all the qualities should go from her. But yeah, maybe
Is today a wife appreciation day?
for me
is
every day is, and for every man it should be. Every day should be wife appreciation day because
So nice.
your wife is there every day with you, bearing with you. Like they don't really need us also. We should be happy that they have us around, and we should just be like puja-fying them all the time because women don't really need men. I think women are getting to a point where they understand that also. So all the men around the world are like, what if they don't really, nobody needs us? Okay, it's too long a conversation. But every day should be wife appreciation day,
That's
mother
great.
appreciation, sister appreciation. Please bow down to all the women in your life and treat them like gods because that's what they are. Simple logic. Who makes people? God, right? So who makes people here? Women. So that would make them exactly act accordingly.
That's very kind of you.
It's not kind, it's the
That's-
truth.
Okay, that's very true of you to say
It's
that.
not the truth. You know it in your mind somewhere,
See,
but
I'm
you
just-
just don't
I'm
accept
just
it.
smiling,
See,
I'm
how
just-
very godly of you.
Okay, tell us one thing. Why is it that you are making such less films? Why are you part of such less films?
Please, Exceed, would you like to say something?
You will say more.
Yeah, I just
You heard. You'll see more.
no. It's just I
Has
think,
life changed after Fighter? Are there more projects coming your way? Are we
Yeah,
going to see you
no.
in
There
more?
are many more projects that are have come already. So it's like somehow choosing the right project, and it doesn't matter if you're not doing anything for a long time.
Yeah.
But as long as you do like a good project, this is
True.
something that I've learned from Anil sir. He told me right after the film, तो बिल्कुल सही फिल्म कर, घर पे बैठ, भूखा मर जा. But कुछ गलत फिल्म, what are you saying? Basically he's like, do the right project. So it's like quality over quantity. So understand what you should be a part of and what you shouldn't. So that kind of takes a little time.
Can we see you and Bipasha in a film sooner?
No, she doesn't want to work with me.
She doesn't want to work with you. Why?
She can't be handling me at home and at workplace all the time. She can't handle it. I understand. It's fine. I get it. I love you. It's true, but she can't. She's like, if I'm working, you're not going to be there. I was like, yeah, okay, fine. I get it.
Is there any project you'd like to tell us about that's coming up?
No.
Okay, so we'll wait for it. It'll
We'll-
be a
we'll talk
surprise
about-
element. Fighter.
Yeah. Hi, this is Karan Singh Grover, and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.